Hello, Eugene. Let me ask you or answer some more of your questions. You asked about first everyone should see Fuji. Fuji's great. Yeah, it's amazing, amazing mountain. You said what languages do people speak in Japan? Typically, they speak Japanese and to a lesser extent English, far lesser extent. You described how how in your country people speak English, Russian, and Latvian. So it's not a multilingual country in that way. It's basically Japanese, with people learning what would be called a second language. Interesting. It's interesting to hear about countries where that are truly multilingual that way, like your country. Can you find European food on the shelves of an ordinary Japanese market? Japanese markets, the bigger ones, the smaller ones, no. The bigger ones typically have like a little international section, but I don't know. I wouldn't recognize maybe European food except maybe muesliks. Isn't that European? So I couldn't tell you if I see European food or not. So I wouldn't be able to pick it out. But they have a lot of European stuff. I mean, a lot of international foods, especially in the larger supermarkets. What foods do you mostly eat? Japanese ones or American ones? No, almost. Well, I don't really. I eat whatever my wife cooks for dinner. For breakfast, I have a salad and fruit. For lunch, I have a school lunch, which is, I guess, Japanese. And then typically dinner is Japanese food as well. So I guess mostly Japanese. Can you tell us something unusual? What I've seen there? What unusual things have I seen here? Besides like. Tanuki, raccoon dogs and Asian giant hornets, and it's mostly nature stuff. The giant robot that they had on the Gundam, whatever you call it, robot they had on display here. Things like that, busy streets, Shinkansen, bullet train, things like that. Do I like living there? Not particularly. If I had my choice, if I could pick any place and just, live, I'd want to live in probably California. I love California. That's where I grew up. It's, it comes down to what you're familiar with. Through your childhood. What is the place that speaks to your heart? And that's really California. It's difficult because I don't speak the language here. So I'm out of place. I'm out of sorts with everything, and I don't. The cultural values are very different from mine. So it's not a good fit with that either. So it's not. I like the food, and I like the fact that it's safe. I like the fact that people are polite and kind. I love the wilderness, love the wild places. But otherwise, I'm not particularly happy. I don't find Japan a particularly great place to live, other than that. It's not like in California. I really, the people share similar values, and I can communicate with them, and I would really love just being involved, and I'm sure that's the case with many expats who live away from the place where they were born for a while. They really feel that connection. Although some may be different. They think the fact that I didn't learn the language coming here, really speaks against me, and basically probably is a large part of the reason why I'm so out of sorts here. People like Hiko Simon who have essentially mastered the language, maybe they feel differently. I hope that answers your questions, friends. Take care and have a great day.